Welcome, I'm the Math Farmer. This video is proudly sponsored by USA Tutorial Center. In this video, we shall solve these indicial questions. Yes, indices problem. By now, I hope you have watched my previous video on the laws of indices, because we are going to apply them here. So now, in first question there, we have simplify 4 raised to the power of 0.5. So if you watch the index here, the index here is 0.5, while the base is what? 4. So the index here is a decimal number. We have to convert it to what? Fraction. The fractional equivalent of 0.5. So now, if you now convert that, we now have 5 1 over. The point here is 1. Why? How many numbers after the point is one number? We will now put 0. So 5 divided by 10 is something as 0.5. Now moving further, 5 can go here. We have 1. 5 go here. We have 2. So this is something as 4 raised to the power of half. Then law of indices said, fraction index law. Now the denominator becomes the root. And we have the denominator here as 2, which is square root of 4, all raised to the power of 1. This is equals to square root of 4 will give us 2 raised to the power of 1, which is something as 2. That is your answer. Then coming to the second one here, they say we should simplify 0.04 raised to the power of half, 1 over 2. Now, if you watch here, the index here is fraction, but the base here is a decimal. So we have to convert it the same way we converted this index here to a fraction. So now, converting that, the number we have here is 4 1 over. The point here is 1. How many numbers after the point? 2 numbers. Put 2 zeros. All raised to the power of half. Now, if you watch, something can divide 4 and divide 100. 4 can go 1. 4 divided 100 will have 25. So what we have here remaining is 1 over 25, all raised to the power of half. Then we now observe this, the law of indices, which say that fraction index law, the denominator becomes the root. What you have here is 2, that is the square root of both of them, 1 over 25, all raised to the power of 1. This is equals to the square root of 1 will give us 1, and the square root of 5 will give us square root of 25 will give us 5. When you raise 10 to the power of 1, it's 10 as 1 over 5. That's your answer. Coming to the third one here, simplify 0.15125, all raised to the power of minus 1 over 3. So the base here is in fraction form. So we have to break it down. The base here is a decimal form. We have to break it down. So now, what we have here as the number there is 125 1 over. The point here is 1 here. Then how many numbers after the point? 3 numbers. We fix your 3 0. All raised to the power of minus 1 over 3. So now, moving further, 25 can go to give us 1. 25 go here, we have 8. So what we have inside that bracket now is 1 over 8. All raised to the power of minus 1 over 3. This is equals to, we observe this negative number here, or the negative here. Now, which means 1 over whatever we have, which is 1 over 8 raised to the power of 1 over 3. This is equals to 1 over the denominator of the power here, which is in a fraction form, becomes the root. And what we are going to have here is a cube root. Cube root of 1 over 8, which is going to give us, cube root of 1 is 1, and cube root of 8 is 2. So now, this is the same thing as inverse of this. Yes, 1 divided by this division, 1 over 2, which is the same thing as 1 times 1 inverse it. When you change it to change this division to multiplication, then it will inverse, because the opposite of the inverse of division is multiplication. That's why here it's inversing. So this one will now come up 2, which will now give us 2 as our answer here. Okay, going to this final one here, which is the fourth one. Let's just simplify this. First of all, we observe the negative here, which is 1 over whatever you have, 64, 1 over 125, all raised to the power of 1 over 3. Moving again, 1 over, then the denominator of the power here becomes the root. And what we are going to have is cube root of 64 1 over 125 equals to 1 over cube root of 64 will give us 16 1 over cube root of 25. Cube root of this will give us 4. And cube root of 125 will give us 5. So now our answer is going to be inverse of this, which is something as 5 1 over 4. This is improper fraction, one whole number 1 over 4. Thank you for watching. Do well to subscribe to my channels. Facebook, you can follow my page on Facebook, Mad Farmer, TikTok, Mad Farmer, Instagram, Mad Farmer, YouTube, Mad Farmer. Don't forget that this video is proudly sponsored by USA Tutorial Center. Thank you. Bye bye.